everyone, this is Meg at Chasing Retro. Today, Sunday, will be a series of 3 videos of 3 of the cookbook journals that I have finished. This first one is a reserved order, so it is not available to purchase to the general public, but I wanted to show it to the person who will be receiving it and also to everyone else, just so you can see and get some ideas for cookbook journals of your own. The other 2 videos will be separate from this one. This video will only have a flip through of this one. This is a Betty Crocker's Home Ec edition picture cookbook from the 1950s. I want to say 58 or 59. And it measures 10 1/4 tall, 8 wide, and it has a 2 1/4 inch spine. There are 68 pages, so 136 back and fronts. And I have tied it with a snippet strip that I made out of some tea-dyed muslin with lots of different vintage fabrics sewed down. Okay, inside here we have the original owner, and I guess maybe secondary owner, probably home ec teachers, that signed it, and so she wanted this to remain visible. So I added a fabric pocket. This is a piece of either a tablecloth or a napkin that I received in Happy Mail. And then here we have a tag that folds up, and one of the large journaling cards that I made with the vintage magazine ad. There's another one here for Manwich, and another one here for, I think these are Dixie cups and plates, disposable. I wish they still made them like this. They're so cute. And I've sewn some vintage calico on the top. This is one of the scanned digitals that I have in my Ko-fi shop. This is a tea towel, and this is just some a digital image on the back of some fabric. And I've sewn some eyelet down the edge of that. I put a vintage illustration of onions right here. This is from a vintage magazine from, I want to say 1960. This is probably Better Homes and Gardens, and I just love the yellow kitchen. And then I sewed onto the back of it a page from a cookbook. This is the original cover page to the cookbook. To protect it, I put it inside of a, what you would put a report in, page protector maybe. And I sewed around the edge. So this will be protected from water and tearing. I put a few of the original cookbook pages in here and a few of the tab dividers. And I will reach out to the person who is buying this to see if she would like the rest of the dividers or not. It's pretty full, but if she takes a few things out and rearranges, she may be able to put them all in here. This is some vintage crochet lace that I sewed to the edge of that piece, and it flips out. This is a page from a reader. I think it's a Dick and Jane. I don't think it's one of the really old ones. The page is just too white. And then this flips out, and in here we have a vintage canning label and a vintage like a jam gift tag. This is a page from a book on how to fold napkins, and I put a whale tail here from Carrie at the Paper Monkey. Thank you, Carrie, for these. They've been great for these journals. This is a page that I received in Happy Mail, I believe, from Jenny at Jen's Junk, I believe is her channel name. And it's a big page, so I folded it twice. And then this is one of my patchwork pockets. And there's a vintage recipe card in here, another vintage ad. I tried to sew around all of the journaling cards and tags that I put a vintage image on. And the cute little recipe card there. This is one of the foldable recipe cards. I just punched it and put it in. This is a book page about cut glass. I used 3 different paper packs in these by Cartabella, and I don't remember the other company. But anyway, I folded some of them in certain ways to be flip outs and have pockets included. So in here we have a recipe card and a journaling card with a painted image of tomatoes and then a handwritten recipe on a business notepad sheet. And then clipped here, I have an embossed bag. I believe this was also Happy Mail. And then inside here, we have another one of the flipped tags with a cutout from a magazine. A little page from a budget book, and then this is from a vintage magazine. There was a picture with a bunch of different cereal boxes, and this is Tricks. And this is a recipe booklet cover that I backed with wallpaper and made into a little envelope or a pocket, I guess a side pocket. And this is from a recipe book right here. Cookbook page. This might have been, yes. No, this is not from this cookbook. This is from one of the other cookbooks that I will be showing later. This is an idea that I got from Lace Covered Skies on YouTube. I just love it. She just sewed down little strips, and so you can write on the front and back, and then you have some secret writing space here, I guess for secret family recipes. And in this side pocket, we have another journaling card with a magazine image. This is fabric that my mom gave me, adorable, and I just put it on a file folder. And this is a piece of ephemera advertising refrigerators. I love it. It's like colored mimeograph. This is a recipe card from the Fix It and Forget It cookbook, and I've sewn a little bit of fabric here. This is just a flip out page. This is from a home ec book. This is the book that I had that I turned the PG-13 humor to G-rated humor, and then made little pages out of them. And then here, this is a little sack that I believe Jenny made and sent to me. So I turned it into a tuck spot as well. And there's a fabric tag in here. And this is just a digital from a grocery receipt. And this is an actual can label that I believe I was sent by Judy. So thank you, Judy, for these. They're the perfect addition. They're very brittle, so I didn't want to do anything with them. I'll let the owner decide. This is a tag that I just punched and made into a page. This is from a children's Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. This is I did like a flip-flop pocket on this, and then we have a recipe card and a Sears ad, and I did a little 3D cutout with a magazine image. On this side, we have one of the cards from the paper kit, and then a page from a children's reader. A graph paper with a vintage matchbook. I stapled it to the edge, and then here is an image from a vintage cookbook. This is one of those dividers from a church cookbook, and I love the pink. And I sewed a milk cap from Pennsylvania to the side. This is a book about salads. And here's a piece of graph paper that's long, and I just folded it and put a top value stamp. I turned this ad into a tuck spot. While you were out, another handwritten recipe for Mexicali rice, and a large journaling tag with a magazine ad. This is also a Happy Meal that I received. It's a menu planner for the week. I love it. Here is a large recipe card, and I've used a whale tail and put a eyelet here and a bulb pin, and Jenny gave me these as well. I believe they're coasters, but they just look perfect in here. This is from a church cookbook. I just left it connected. Here's a side pocket. This kind of flip-flops in several ways. We have a little coupon here. We have a cutout recipe from a newspaper. I got those in an estate sale, and a little ice coupon. And then this flips down for extra storage or whatever you'd like to use it for. And then in this pocket, we have Jenny made these as well. It's like a large money envelope, and she stamped it. And then we have a page from my vintage glassware book with feathered friends, like bird-themed drinking glasses. And this awesome recipe that I found in an estate sale. I just love how someone hand-colored all that. Here's a jumbo index card, and I've sewn some shelf edging. This is the vinyl kind. I got this eons ago from Angela at the Traveling Crafter, and I just cut it into pieces and sewed it. A little tiny pocket here with a dry cleaning tag and a playing card and one of the cards from the kit. This is a Vogart embroidery transfer envelope, and inside I've put a very large tag with an oatmeal ad. Now you'll notice that there are hole reinforcers on many of the pages, so I hope these will be enough to protect them as things are flipped back and forth. Some of the thicker pages I didn't think needed it. This is a piece of wallpaper border. I turned it into a pocket. And then we have a recipe card, one of the large tags with a vintage sheet right here, and this is an image from Cooks Illustrated. I thought it was so fun. It's like a deconstructed burger. Oh, and then in the back of this one, I have a Rolodex card and a vintage Cool Whip coupon. This is just flips out like this, and I've punched the edge with a lace punch. This is from a photo album, and I've just put 4 different recipe cards in here for you. This is a decorating book, Better Homes and Gardens, and what did I glue it back? Yes, I glued 2 of the pictures from that together. And we have a playing card tuck spot, and then we have a stamped guest check and another card from the kit. This flips out. This is from a woodworking, like a shop textbook. And then here's a side pocket with some lemons. And I put a coaster in this vintage recipe card. This is a piece of a tea towel that I got at a yard sale just 2 weeks ago. And I've glued it down. I decided not to stitch it, but it is glued pretty well. And then I let the lace hang off the edge. This is just an image from a science book. Here's another menu page. This is another one of my tea towel digitals, and then sewn to this, Jenny gave me some photo slides, and I altered them with some kitchen images and sewed it to the edge there. This is from a master board that I made. And then in here we have another large tag and a recipe card that my friend Wendy gave me, and this beautiful little image of a pink stove. And this is from a user's guide for a new refrigerator. This is from a cookbook, like Cooking from the Depression cookbook, and I've sewn some fabric here. Another one of my little humor images. This is from a children's Bible book. I just love that picture. So adorable. I'm not sure what he's doing. It looks like dough. And here's that refrigerator book that I had the little cutout from. This is a napkin that I decoupaged onto a very old envelope, and then I put a ruffle here. And then inside here we have a greenback green stamp page. This is from an old cookbook. Here's another page that flips down. Just a vintage looking sack, and then inside here we have another large magazine image and another meal plan sheet. I did a little cluster here, little fabric cluster with another piece of that tea towel. Here is just a very small booklet Just another place to write some recipes down. And then this is a file folder. I put an eyelet in here and then a little strawberry charm. This is a quilt book page, and I've folded it in and put a little coin envelope here and an insurance adjuster's card, which can be used as a recipe card. And inside is a canning label. A sheet of wallpaper. I turned this into a tuck spot, and we have a vintage flashcard and another ad. I put this one on light pink. A Better Homes and Garden. No, this is the McCall's recipe card. This is some of the beautiful vintage cherry trim that I found recently at Recraft, and I just put it on the edge of that fold out. This is also in Happy Mail, and I put a little fabric cluster here. And there's someone was counting their calories. I found this inside of a binder that I bought at an estate sale. And then you have the grocery store receipt on the back. Kroger, let's see, 26th of April, 1969. How neat is that? This is from a Boy Scout book. I put a little canning sticker here. A tuck spot with rose syrup label. I pulled these off of some vintage placemats that I bought, and this is one of my digitals in my Ko-fi shop as well. Little jar. Here's a vintage yo-yo on top of some lace, and a little strawberry sheet, shaped journaling card, a strawberry tag, and another recipe. And then here are the rest of the pages that I decided to include with some more of the tabs. I'll put those in the end. We have another fabric pocket back here, and this is from a vintage magazine. It was an ad for silver. A fabric tag, which actually matches the spine fabric. And then last but not least, one of those little cookbooks that you would get maybe in the grocery store aisle of holiday cookies from Pillsbury and other brands. So again, this one is reserved, but the other two videos that we'll post today are going to be available in my shop tonight. So thanks so much everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.